Kuya? Bibi?
Where's Bimbi?
Magkakamukha. Sino siya ng anak mo?
Sino sa inyo si Bimbi?
Ano ba yan? Dead na yung mga bata. Ano ba kasi sila ng nanay? May picture ka pa? Patingin nga. Ayun ba si Chrissy? Alam ko na ako para malalaman sino anak ni Chrissy Chan.
Paano?
Yun yung anak ni Chrissy. Yun.
Ha?
Oo, tignan mo ah. Oh, yan yung anak. Sabi sa'yo eh, yan yun. Imagine, Bagwa, ang OA. Like, clearly, it's a reference to Feng Shui ni Chrissy Aquino. So like, syempre si Bims, scary kasi shock siya. But like, you know, it's so baduy. Like, what even is this movie? So, it's The Amazing Private Benjamin starring Vice Ganda. And it embodies this absurd type of comedy. Like, imagine, like, at the start, they were just in Paris. Tapos bigla na lang nagka-zombies. Tapos biglang nag-Plants vs. Zombies. Like, what the hell? Nakakaloka.
Vice Ganda has built this super OA personality na parang every film na lang she's playing the same character. And, you know, it's funny naman. Pwede na. But her facial expressions are always so OA, and the comedy is always built on these random Filipino pop culture references. Besides the Bagwa in Plants vs. Zombies, one of the most cited ones in The Amazing Private Benjamin is Vice as Caballo. Like, medyo overused na te, pero sure, funny naman. Tapos, another one was Vice singing Be Careful With My Heart to Richard Yap. Si Sir Chief!
You know, kinilig talaga ako doon. Like, kasi, it's one of my childhoods. And speaking of, childhood ko talaga manood ng Vice Ganda movies. Like, you know, lagi kami nanonood ng lola and ng nanay ko ng movies niya. Kasi ang funny naman talaga. And nakakagaan siya ng loob. Like, kahit di namin alam yung plot, basta Vice Ganda, for sure, lap trip yan.
I guess that's what really is the point of the movie genre that centers Vice Ganda. To make you laugh. To be honest, sa Amazing Private Benjamin, medyo loose yung plot and super unserious siya. So, hindi ko talaga alam kung dapat pa talaga akong mainis or matawa. A lot of people actually hate it kasi parang the sequel was made just to make money. Walang kwenta daw yung plot and as a film. Yung first one, The Unkabogable, made sense and juxtaposed Benji's gayness to the macho nature of soldiers. Ito, it really just wants you to laugh for dumb reasons.
Kung ano-ano naman kasi talaga sinasabi ni Meme Vice, like her films are always jokes and absurdity non-stop. But I think that's one of the beauties of it. We don't need to be always serious when we're watching movies. We can just laugh. Even Benji in the movie mismo, he keeps breaking the fourth wall, aware that this film is just for entertainment. And ang daming references talaga to Filipino culture. So when you watch your films, it feels like it was really made for you. And they really do want to make you laugh. Like, tignan nyo to, direct go nga, sabihin mo, action.
Action.
Bastos ka. Bastos ka. Bastos ka!
Get out of my mall.
Mall ko din to!
Hindi mo to mall dahil pwede lang isang may-ari neto at ako yun. Dahil ako lang ang nag-iisang babaeng anak. At there's no other one.
Yun. Kung mga poster. Yun ang poster. Hindi naman kailangan babae ang nagmamay-ari ng mall na ito. Dahil ang kakayang magmay-ari ng mall ay wala sa kasrian, kundi nasa puso. Kaya pwede kahit girl, boy, bakla, tomboy.
Ano ka? Anong karapatan mo? Dahil from now on, this mall is unofficially yours.
Tignan mo yung poster. Tignan mo ang poster.
Ano yan? Anong sinasabi mo?
Wala. Boo!
Okay, serious time. Papagalitan na ako ni Direk. So, just like in The Amazing Private Benjamin, this movie, The More the Merrier, also features the same absurd type of comedy with pop culture references and fourth wall breaks. Kahit 5 years later, it still uses much of the same formula. Like in the scene we showed, for example, Moira and Morissette were in a heated argument, tapos bigla na lang they started pulling out posters. It's kinda weird, girl, but slay though.
Not to mention, the rest of the movie is also unrealistic. The entire plotline with the Sikaraciones feels like a fever dream compared to the classic sibling drama that came before. This is where they squeeze in every Filipino pop culture reference, from Nora Honor to Sisa. That's why, despite the spooky haunted theme, it still felt comedic and fun to watch. Push mo talaga yung mga references te. Despite all the cuts and weird memes, this movie still felt familiar. Very Filipino siya, with the way it ended with all the sibling drama resolved, giving us a warm feeling in our hearts. I think there's another reason why these films are so popular. Good vibes lang siya.
Pero even if super for the sake of entertainment lang yung film, you can see how they're pushing out this reconciliation of siblings agenda. It's catered towards Filipino society with a family-first mindset. You can say na dito pumapasok yung political effect of the vice ganda comedy genre. Even in The Amazing Private Benjamin, they had the agenda of bakla ako, pero hindi ako bakla lang. These stunts are done in passing, more done implicitly than explicitly. It was 2014 at the time, and then hindi pa ganun ka-widely accepted ang LGBTQ community. It was getting better, pero it still wasn't enough. So, they had to tone down the politics of it so it will be acceptable to society. Of course, the main focus of these movies are still on comedy, especially since they already sold the message on its prequel. So its messages are more thrown as an afterthought.
But is this such a great genre? Are we not just giving money to these corporations who evidently just want our money? Is this vice gandaism of comedy so important? Well, the true value of this comedy lies in the fact that, at its core, it embodies Baduy. You may be thinking what Baduy is. Baduy is something that is so non-classy, so overeager, so distasteful that the old rich, the upper class, and foreigner would never appreciate, but that which the Pinoy does.
Keyword, Pinoy. If you show either the Bagua scene or the poster scene of the two movies to someone classy and Western, they would feel so uncomfortable and awkward. Kasi it's so Baduy. Baduy is generally used to say something that is distasteful, but really, it's something that is so core to us Pinoys. Especially now that the world is getting more and more complicated, it is even more important that we relate and laugh at this Baduy comedy. We thrive at the absurdity that Vice Ganda shows us.
It is not so far to say that the embodiment of Filipino comedy has this essence of unclassiness. Taken purely at face value, it is entertaining, and that is all that it is and all that it needs to be. With no underlying agenda or thought-provoking aspects whatsoever, it is simply funny. Made for the masses, the wide Filipino crowd, well-versed in the pop culture of celebrities and social media, this Baduy comedy is an inside joke that only Filipinos will ever understand.